A few years ago, avocado toast wasn't a status symbol, and gas prices were a distant concern. Remember the first car you bought? The one that you used to cruise down the street with the windows down and dreams in your eyes? Every visit to the gas station felt like a small price to pay for that luxury, right? Fast forward to today, that avocado toast feels like a luxury. Once affordable gas station visit is now costing you 6 ounces of blood and 1 kidney if you want to have a full tank. Have you ever wondered why is that?
This morning, Americans are paying the price for rising inflation, from the grocery store to housing and transportation.
Inflation is inflation.
Is inflation dead? I wouldn't go quite so far as that.
How does that morning latte that used to be $3 suddenly jumps to $5 impact your credit card balance or your dream of owning a house? So what happens when the value of your money shrinks like a snail tucking into its shell, but your debt remains stubbornly present? Now, with inflation breathing down our neck, are we really that doomed? So if you're in debt, buckle up, because in this video, I will dive deep into the intricate connections between inflation and your debt. Inflation is a double-edged sword. It can bring both smiles and tears to your debt situation. On the one hand, with its ever-hungry variable interest rate, which is credit card debts, might become a monster that you wrestle with every month. On the other hand, fixed-rate debts like mortgages can surprisingly become easier to manage in the long run. The key lies in understanding how different debts react to the economic roller coaster and making strategic choices, which we will go over later on in this video. And by the end of the video, you will be able to navigate this financial maze much better. Let's start with our comfort zone. We all know what it's feels like to be in control of our financial situation until something shakes it up. Enter inflation. That $3 latte now costing you $5. The price went up, but your money's buying power did not. The Fed aims to keep the inflation rate at 2% each year, which means the price of your latte should go up 2% every year. They do this because a little inflation is good for the economy. Too little or too much can cause trouble, what we are experiencing right now. We all want financial stability, but sometimes the journey takes unexpected turns. Hi, my name is Tasvir Mirza. I'm a realtor and a diversified investor, and you are here for your dose of fientertainment. Now, if you've ever been in debt, the desire to conquer that debt is a driving force. Debt can be deeply uncomfortable and cause a lot of psychological stress. Debt is an age-old issue that has intensified recently in the relentless cost of living crisis. Prices are skyrocketing, which is why credit card debt has hit staggering $1 billion, trapping individuals like you and I in a cycle made worse by inflation. The mental health impact of debt is a crisis that goes beyond the financial toll. Debt stress syndrome breeds denial, anger, depression, and anxiety, with a profound connection between financial struggles and mental health issues. A Forbes Advisor survey reveals that 54% of adults with debt are stressed. A toll extends to physical health, impacting blood pressure, heart rate, and immune function. People long to break out of the debt trap. It's a difficult and alien situation, but we must tackle it head on to get out of it. We're going to step out of the war beyond our grasp to break this cycle. That's where economic shifts, inflation, and our debt all come together. Different kinds of debt undergo changes during times of crazy inflation. For instance, credit card debt, this is where things get dicey. Inflation often leads to rising interest rate on credit cards, turning them into hungry beasts feasting on your wallet. These variable rates can skyrocket with inflation, making your minimum payments balloon and your debt snowball faster than a greased penguin on a downhill slope. The best way to combat this is by prioritizing paying off credit card debts before inflation makes it even more expensive. Every dollar you pay towards high interest debt during inflation is essentially worth more compared to the future. Fixed rate debt. This offers a glimmer of hope. Things with fixed interest rate, like mortgages and credit card loans, can become surprisingly easier to manage during inflation. Why? Because your wages, hopefully, increase with inflation. While the rate of debt remains the same, the relative value of fixed debt decreases. Imagine your mortgage payment staying the same while your income gets a raise. Suddenly, that debt feels like a manageable puppy instead of a ferocious wolf. It's like getting a built-in discount on your debt as the cost of everything else rises. This doesn't mean you can relax completely though, but it offers some relief compared to variable interest rate debt. Student loans. Depending on the type, student loans can be a mixed bag. Some have fixed rates, so they'd react the same as mortgages during inflation. Others have variable, potentially becoming heavier burdens like credit card debts. Do your research and understand how your specific loans are affected by inflation. Consider consolidating your loans for easier management and lower interest rate. Remember, a single strategy might not fit all, so prioritize your approach based on your specific loan types. And if you like this video, show it by clicking the like button below. Adapting to the unfamiliar inflation territory requires combining existing skills and new insights, but time is of the essence, and the trouble often lurks around the corner. Adapting to economic shifts become necessary. This adaptation doesn't come without challenges though. We combine our financial know-how with newly acquired skills to navigate this uncharted territory. Sometimes we end up in situations we never expected, like Carrie Smith. Imagine being 25 years old, crushing it in life, and then being hit by a divorce, leaving you with a whopping $14,000 debt mountain. Talk about punch in the gut. That's exactly what happened with Carrie. But guess what? Carrie wasn't about to let that debt define her. First things first, Carrie dealt with her credit card debts. She also found a free debt management tool online, basically a financial GPS, guiding her every step of the way. No more flying blind in the debt wilderness. And guess what? It worked. Month of hustle, smart planning, and saying no to lattes paid off. Carrie slayed that debt dragon, leaving it whimpering in the dust. There can be many different situations that you need to adapt to. Imagine a scenario where the dollar takes a nosedive, recession looms, businesses falter, and unemployment rises. In this climate, your debt suddenly feels heavier. Remember, preparation is key. A diversified investment portfolio can help weather the storm, while emergency savings provides a safety net should your income shrink. If you have any tips or tricks for smart debt payment, like Carrie, share them in the comment section below. Suppose in our story, you get what you're looking for, financial stability. Sometimes, this victory can be bittersweet because there can be other challenges looming large on the horizon. Different countries help their citizens achieve their financial goals with various strategies. Japan, for example, embraces low interest rate, while Germany prioritizes fiscal responsibility. A mix of strategies suits your personal risk tolerance and economic context. There are many ways to pay off your debt and achieve financial control. Let's explore a few. The debt snowball method focuses on tackling debt with the smallest balance first, regardless of the interest rate. This builds momentum and provides quick wins, boosting motivation. However, the avalanche method prioritizes paying off debt with the highest interest rates first, saving you more money in the long run. Choosing between them depends on your personality and your goals, and obviously your financial situation. Debt consolidation loans combine multiple debts into one monthly payment, simplifying things and lowering your interest rate. Don't let debt hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Explore freelance work, remote opportunities, or side hustles to increase your income. Negotiate flexible payment plans with your creditors and create a budget that prioritizes debt repayment alongside career building. Free apps and online tools can help you gather debt information, track progress, and create a personalized repayment plan. Categorize your debt by type and interest, set realistic goals, and monitor your progress to stay motivated. And one thing that motivates YouTube to promote my videos is by you subscribing to my channel. Join the community by subscribing below. Balancing debt repayment with saving is crucial. Prioritizing essential expenses, cut unnecessary spending, and explore strategies like the 50-30-20 rule, which is 50% needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings or debt repayment. Pay attention to the retirement and 401k saving plans. Contribute enough to get your employer match, even if it's just a small amount initially. Ignoring debt won't make it disappear. Trust me, I've tried it and paid dearly. Unpaid debts can lead to lawsuits, wage garnishment, and damages to your credit score. Negotiate repayment plans and communicate with creditors, and seek legal advice if you have to. Remember, knowledge is a weapon against debt. Don't hesitate to explore resources like National Foundation for Credit Counseling. Seek professional financial advice and take full responsibility and control of your financial future. With strategic planning and informed decision, you can conquer debt and unlock the freedom you deserve. The sweet taste of success turns sour as unforeseen consequences arises. I've learned firsthand that winning one battle often means sacrificing something else meaningful. Winning against debt may come at a heavy price, prompting reflections on true cost of financial victories. After all, life's journey is filled with trade-offs, and debt is no different. Remember Carrie? She defeated her debt, but no more cable marathons, fancy gym memberships, and even date nights were put on hold. Sorry, Mr. Feature, right? But Carrie knew this was temporary pain or a permanent gain, freedom from debt. There are various implications of debt that you have to deal with. Sometimes it's a good idea to call in the expert. Legal and tax implications of debt can be complex. Understanding bankruptcy option, including their impact on credit score, is crucial. Explore debt settlements, but note the potential risk and tax consequences of forgiven debt. Seek professional guidance to tailor your strategies to your specific situation. Once you have paid off your debt and returned to the financial stability, it's clear that you are not the same anymore. When you started this journey, a fundamental change will have transformed you into ways you couldn't have predicted. You now know the value of financial planning and will probably use it to avoid winding up in debt again. Future-proofing your financial plan means anticipating potential bumps in the road. Diversify your income streams, consider inflation-resistant investments like real estate, and most importantly, build a budget and stick to it. Every dollar saved today will shield you against tomorrow's uncertainty. One thing that fuels people with uncertainty is inherited debt, which can be a burden. Talk openly with family about finances, consider life insurance to cover outstanding debts, and explore legal options like debt disclaimer statements to protect your loved ones. Proactive planning ensures financial peace for generations. So here you are, back where you started, but forever changed. Your fear of debt has been conquered and a richer understanding of financial resilience has blossomed. It's a journey many of us can relate to, and it resonates with many of us as we navigate the complexities of debt during inflation. But believe me or not, inflation is just one piece of the puzzle. Your money mistakes and habit can keep you poor. How you ask? Watch this video here. Thank you for hanging out with me. See you in this video. Inflation is a sneaky troublemaker that has infiltrated. Inflation is a sneaky troublemaker that has been infiltrated. Inflation is a sneaky troublemaker that has been infiltrated.